How y'all doing today? My name's Ayn, and today's topic of discussion is going to be, they made me mad, I had to go off. Did you really? They made me mad, I had to go off. Did you really? When I'm thinking about this topic of discussion, I'm thinking about when you are just like really at a tipping point. You really been pushed to your limit. You've gotten mad. And you, just like the topic of this video, you have went off. You said whatever you said, did whatever you did. And at the end, you're like, man, look, I had to do it. Okay. I'm going to say this, because this is how I feel. Everybody has a right to get mad. Everybody has a right to have anger. It's a human emotion. You have that. I know that when I've been frustrated and angry, it seems like nothing makes me madder for somebody to tell me, oh, don't be mad. Or you can't be mad. Don't go to sleep mad. Don't. Why? I'm upset. I'm angry. I'll get over it when I want to get over it. I know that's what I've said to myself. It makes me mad with you just trying to bring me down off of getting mad. So anger is a human emotion. But the way that we carry out that emotion, what we do, that's a different story. A younger me wouldn't have been wanting to hear that, because I resulted to what I knew. When I was angry, whether you got a tongue lashing or it went, other ways, that was just the way that it unfolded. That was what I saw growing up. I'll apologize for it later. That's the kicker. That's what this video is all about. That's the kicker. I'm mad. I'll, explode however I explode. I'll apologize for it later. That's the kicker. So you were mad. You mad and other people were involved? Okay. So you had that feeling, that emotion of being overwhelmed. So you reacted in the way that you knew, right? But there were other people involved, right? Do they not have reason to react in the way that they know how? Whether that's responding to you in the same way, whether that is severing a relationship and it just being gone. I'm going to pause on that one for a second. I know of a person in my life. Not only do I know of a person in my life, this was me, but I'm using this as an example. The person that I'm thinking of, when they go off and they explode, it's really damaging for the relationship. If you're a person that witnesses this or sees what goes down, it's just like, man, where did that come from? They really just had to dig down deep to just explode on this person. I mean, man, they are just, man, those are some horrible things they said. When it's all said and done, the person is, man, you really had me mad. The flip side of that coin is there's people who have never encountered that, or that's just not in their makeup to even have such an altercation. If they don't want to forgive you or they don't want to have any dealings with you, that's on them. Remember, we're all responsible for our own actions. The reason why I'm stopping and pausing on this and talking about this instance is because this same person that I'm thinking about that gets mad and then explode on people is no upside to it. If the person says, oh, okay, all right, well, it's fine, but doesn't have any dealings with them, they're still mad. Look, I apologized. And they're like they don't want to talk to me no more. Or if they explode back on them or they react to them the same way, then it's a whole nother altercation again. People have the right to do what they want, just as you had chose. Just as you chose to act out of emotion and be hateful and say all these ugly things, other people have a right to do what they want to do. So in other words, there's consequences. to the topic of this video. I was just mad and I had to go off. Did you really? Was that your only option? Even if that was your only option, which I find that hard to believe because we have a choice. If that was your only option, that person had choices too. They chose what they knew best. So now you're mad that they're mad at you because you got mad. Think about it. The reason why I said earlier in this video, when I'm talking about this person that I know of, and I said that was me too, it's happened to me before. Because I'd watched this behavior being modeled. I'd get mad or upset, and then the situation would play out however it played out. Then I'd come back and I'd apologize, but people don't have to accept your apology. They don't have to be forgiven. I'm not saying don't. I'm just saying people got their own choices. They do what they want. Even though I try to exercise, forgiveness and just kind of moving on or whatever, people got their own thoughts about the situation too. Back to the incident that I'm talking about. I remember it was altercation. Played out, got ugly. I waited till I cooled down, came back, went to apologize with them. The person got upset. Altercation started all over again. I went to my corner and had to think about it. I was like, what happened? You got into an altercation the first time. You came back to apologize. You got into an altercation the second time. What it took me time to realize was, hey man, you got an altercation because this person was still upset. They didn't accept your apology. And then you were mad again. So you were in it all over again. You were wrong. You were wrong. You could have still apologized, but were you doing it sincerely? Because if you were doing it sincerely, a person didn't have to accept your apology. Because after all, you did an action to them. So if that person, no man, such and such, going about your way, blah, blah, blah. If that was how they responded, you're going about your way. Are you really trying to get into an altercation again and maybe even escalate it further? It took me years to realize that. To where I was put to that test again, to where a situation had occurred. I was upset, said something, not to the degree of what I'd done in that earlier situation, that more youthful me, but I had said something and it was altercation. Time had passed. I think it might have been maybe a week or two, probably 2 weeks. And I was thinking to myself, I'm like, man, it's in me to apologize. I don't have a problem with apologizing, but I want to be so okay with it to where when I apologize, if this person is not forthcoming or, forgiving of it, then I can peaceably walk on my way. So when I went to him to apologize, just so happened, it was actually a beautiful ordeal that worked out. I'm sorry too. I shouldn't have said what I said because you're not that type of person. I don't even know why that came out of my mouth. I shouldn't have said that. And me and them were talking back and forth and taking back this apology on what had happened. Now, that was a good side of it. But like I said, what led up to that point, it made me think about if I'm apologizing, am I sincerely apologizing? I'm really ready to accept whatever they're giving. And that's the point of this video. When people think, hey, look, relationship is severed. And, I apologize, and, I'm going to walk around with this anger because, man, I apologize. This ain't the way it's supposed to go. People don't have to forgive you. The ugly side of this situation, I'm going to go back in time a little bit more. I remember it was one time, relationship, upset, said something. The way that I said it, what I said, I don't even remember what it was. It was years ago. Wasn't received well. The person was like, I'm not used to that. I don't know how to even react to that. What was said and how you said it. Relationship severed. It's gone. I'm talking to you so you can learn from these mistakes just like I've learned from them. And it's still something that I wrap my head around the grasp. And this is something I've personally adopted. To keep from going off that cliff, that point of no return, I try to do a whole lot of thought and processes into the things that I say and do before these things occur. A lot of the things revolve around, hey, taking time out, something said. You don't have to be the first one to respond. You don't have to be the first one to throw something back. Distance yourself, take some of the emotion out of it. If it was something that rubbed you the wrong way, let's address it another time where I know I don't have emotions wrapped up in it. That's what I'm talking about with this video. So I want you to put a little thought into what you say before you sever a relationship and there's no turning back. If you hadn't already, hit that subscribe button. Follow me on other social media, Facebook, Tumblr, Twitter, Instagram. Check the link in the description box. Book is on Amazon. Paperback, ebook copy. I Am Kilimanjaro is the Arithmetic of Family Communication. Okay? In the meantime, stay encouraged. Avoid being discouraged. I'm Aim. You have a good one.